Hey, this is Overpass Insights. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about how I lost 3 large projects.
Shadowing me, pain follows you into my dreams. For now, I will grieve, and tomorrow maybe I'll be free.
Alright, so today I'm coming to you from White Horse Hill in Uffington, which is part of the National Trust, and it is a beautiful, although a bit cold and windy day, but it is a beautiful day, a perfect day to get out and film. And to think I was going to do today's video from the office. Oh God, I'm so glad I came out. This is great. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about losing deals. So in the last month, I have lost 3 pretty big deals. I mean, it stings a bit. I mean, for me, they're big deals. They were more than 10 grand and they were near the final stages of completion and they just fell through for some reason. Luckily, I'm doing okay. You know, other deals are going through, other stuff is going through fine, but sometimes, ooh, it just stings, right? See, like a lot of companies, we have a sales pipeline. We have 2 pipelines. We have the delivery pipeline, which goes from which projects that are the current project. So that goes from waiting first payment, the design phase, through the development phase, through the user acceptance testing, through production, that kind of stuff. But we also have the sales phase. So any prospect who comes in, they go through initial inquiry, ballpark given. And if they approve the ballpark, then we go with the first meeting scheduled, first meeting complete, quote produced, etc., etc., etc. And sometimes, depending on the size of the project, especially for the larger projects, you could go through lots and lots of meetings, lots of client visits, lots of discovery, lots of requirements gathering, and then at the end, sometimes it just doesn't go through. And it can be for various reasons. It's not usually us. I mean, they were very interested to begin with. And then sometimes, like one of them, for example, it just sort of fell through. Like some of the decision makers in the company decided they wanted to hold off and wait till the next quarter. That happens a lot. So, however, sometimes we'll get like these projects that'll come back a year later. There's been one project, we're working on a project right now, where I gave them a quote a year ago, and then they came back. I thought it was dead. I thought it was a dead project, it was out of the pipeline. I moved it into the lost column, but they came back. So, and we had another one which took 2 years before they came back. So you never know. You don't want to like burn any bridges, it's like, don't act like you're upset. So that's one of them. One of the 3 was that kind of thing. They just decided to hold off and you just, politely say, okay, it's a disappointed, obviously, but cool, whatever, so, let me know if you guys want to kick that off again, right? Another one, it was so close. I'd given a quote in Flutter and everything was really well. And then then they decided that they have developers already in .NET. Can you do it in Xamarin instead? And I tried to find a Xamarin developer because it's not my core skill. And while I had some developers who said, yeah, we could do Xamarin, I didn't quite trust them. They would sound like they said they could do Xamarin the way I said, like I would say, yeah, I could play the piano, right? I can't, but I figure I could learn it, right? So it seemed like that kind of thing. So in the end, I'm the one who said, I'm sorry, I think you should go with another developer for this one. So, which is, that hurt the most because it was me. And the third one was actually a project. Like we actually started the project and we sent the first invoice. So we sent the first invoice for the 50% of the project up front, which is, I know it's kind of steep. Other developers do. We used to do 25% up front, but now we do 50% up front. And everything was agreed. But Everything went well. The decision maker made the decision, or at least I thought it was the decision maker. And then the invoice went unpaid for 2 months. And I did a couple days work on it. So I spent a couple days on site doing further requirements gathering, which was part of the quote. And they wanted our designer to get started, but I was like, nah, let's hold off on the design until we get that first payment. And then 2 months, no payment. And then finally they came back and said, unfortunately, our higher ups, there's higher ups now, said we can't do 50% up front. We can only do 25% up front, right? And part of me was like, I really wanted this job. This is a really good job. But part of me didn't like being messed around, right? So I said, I tried to see whether or not I could make it work, and said, actually, no, we can't do that. We can't do 25% up front after we've already been invoiced, after everything's been signed and agreed. We can't do that. You're renegotiating the contract, and I don't like it. And then they came back and said, okay, then we could do it, but we want to change this, this, and this. But then the trust was gone. And once the trust is gone, then the whole project becomes difficult. Now, like I said, I'd already done a couple days work on this. Some of my team didn't work on it. We've done, actually, we did quite a bit of work on this in terms of the whole specification, the on-site meetings, everything like that. But in the end, I was glad to walk away from it. In the end, I had to tell them, I'm sorry, we can't do this project. And then they were kind of like, oh, don't be so rash. We can make this work somehow. And, in the end, it was like, oh, if you've ever worked with a client who tries to keep changing things on you, like we hadn't even started the project yet, then you know how difficult it could be going forward. Whereas I lost a couple days work on it to begin with, I could have lost a lot more work further down the line, or lost a lot more days further down the line with scope creep and changes and all that kind of stuff, right? Now, don't get me wrong, most of our clients, God, I love our clients. Our clients do really well. Like, occasionally you'll get, somebody you don't work very well with, but most of the time we do really well. They're very happy with the work that we do. We try to over deliver. And, but sometimes, you get that bad feeling up front. And the whole point of this is you have to keep your pipeline full. And this is one of the things I have to keep explaining to people when they say, Eric, why are you talking to them? You're already so busy already. Or, why are you talking to this company when you're already so busy? And that's because you have to keep your pipeline full, right? The only way I could walk away from these jobs is because I wasn't desperate, because we have other deals in the pipeline, other things going on. And it gave a little bit of strength there, which means you have to always be looking for new clients. You have to always be prospecting, even when you feel like you've got too much to do already, because like I said, some of these jobs, they take a year to go through. Sometimes they'll take months. Sometimes they'll take weeks. You got this every so often, you got that one that just goes straight through. They're ready to get started right away, which is great, actually. But the moral of the story, I guess, the reason I'm telling you guys this is just to know that keep your pipeline full, right? This kind of stuff happens, and you don't want to be the person who's desperate saying, no, come on, man, I'll do whatever you say. I'll do whatever you say. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. Let me know if you guys had a situation like that, where you had somebody renegotiate with you after you already started a project. It wasn't that bad. Like, it's annoying. I mean, the trust was gone, but, Anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you had a similar situation. And that is it for today. I'll talk to you guys again next time.